these are the things that you have to know about Red Deer, Alberta. So I'm going to share you based on my own experience. So I lived there for more than 6 years, and that's my first home city here in Canada until I got my permanent resident. So I'm going to share you information about Red Deer, okay? And it's because one of my subscribers asking me if I can make a vlog about Red Deer too, okay? I believe they are international students. So I'm going to share it with you guys. So you stay with me until the end of this video. This video is not just only for international students, but for people who have a plan to relocate in Red Deer, Alberta. Red Deer is a small city here in Alberta, and it's located in central Alberta. And Red Deer have a population of 100,000, okay? So it's a small city, okay? And the third largest city in Alberta. Red Deer, Alberta is located midpoint of Calgary and Edmonton, the two big cities, okay? So I live in Calgary. I can drive from Calgary to Red Deer 1 hour 30 minutes. And the biggest employment in Red Deer is health services, okay? They have a huge, like big hospitals in Red Deer, okay? And they have so many nursing homes, group homes, home services. Like, you know, I worked in a group home. I worked 2 group homes when I was in Red Deer and 2 nursing homes. Red Deer, Alberta have so many trails and parks. I remember when I was in Red Deer, so many activities during summertime. They call buyucan. It's just close to Red Deer downtown. And during Canada Day, they do celebration in the parks. Very popular, and it's a beautiful parks, okay? And you know, it's small city and it's a friendly people, you know. Most like the people, you know, like they know everyone, you know, the gossip everyone. Gossip everyone. No, I mean it's like us immigrants, Filipino community, mostly almost know everybody. That's a part of life when you live in a small city, right? When I was in Red Deer, no rush hours, less traffic, you know. So if you are working 2 jobs, you can drive like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and you can just go to your next job, say. So I did that when I was in Red Deer. They have 2 major malls, the Parkland Mall and Bauer Malls. And Red Deer is the center for agriculture and oil distributions. One of the most I love in Red Deer is affordable house. Okay, if you're going to buy a house, is if you compare here in Calgary, is way cheaper in Red Deer. Or rent for the house or the apartment is way cheaper if you compare here in Calgary. When I live in an apartment in Red Deer, we are renting like 2-bedroom apartment for 800, and it's included the utilities. In Red Deer, they have so many great locations and close to the lakes, like especially like a very popular Sylvan Lakes is very close to Red Deer. I remember during summertime, we take our clients even in the evening time during summertime in Sylvan Lakes. It's a beautiful lakes. When you live in Red Deer, of course, it's still close to the mountains. Like you can just drive if you want to go Banff, you want to go Jasper, you know, or you want to go just drive to go to Edmonton. So for the international students, because I believe so many international students out there is coming to Red Deer College, and I just know that Red Deer College now transition into a polytechnic institution. Red Deer, Alberta is in the prairies, like it's a very cold winter. We have a very cold winter in Alberta, okay? Like 6 to 7 months winter, and it's freezing cold and it's very cold, okay? I was there in Red Deer and I experienced those type of, you know, I was freezing and waiting for the bus. So for those of you international students or new immigrants planning to relocate in Red Deer, Alberta, I think especially if you are new immigrants, and with your children with you, I think it's best for you guys if you learn how to drive before you arrive in Red Deer, Alberta, because you know it's in Alberta. We have a 6 to 7 to 8 months winter. It's a very long winter and it's very freezing cold and it's very cold, okay? So before you arrive in Red Deer, at least you know how to drive. But if you're an international student, and it's okay because you know what, Red Deer College is just the bus. There's a turning point exactly in front of the college, okay? So you don't have to worry if you're an international student. And if you're an international student, that Red Deer College They are closest, they have so many residential area close to that Red Deer College. You can rent and you can just walk, or if you are not going to walk or rent close to that Red Deer College, and it's okay because you can ride the bus anyway. They have no train in Red Deer. So the waiting times for the transit bus is at least 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, okay? So if you're going to miss the bus, then you have to wait for another like almost half an hour waiting there outside. If it is during winter time, you're gonna be freezing and very, very cold, okay? So yeah, that's my experience when I was there. So I'm just sharing this to you guys, okay? Especially those international students or new immigrants. For people like from other provinces in Canada, if they want to relocate in Red Deer, it's okay. You guys know about the winter, so just imagine the Alberta, okay? It's freezing cold when it is wintry, like, you know, we have a long winter here in Alberta, okay? So, and it's colder, and it's colder because I live in Calgary and I can see the comparison, you know, like now, like November, we don't have snow. We are lucky, thank God. But you know, some part of like, you know, can you imagine just 1 hour 30 minutes drive, but they have so many snow already, or 3 hours drive from here to Edmonton, they have so many snow already in Edmonton. So you can imagine. I remember when I still in Red Deer, we have so many snow, but when we come to Calgary, you can see like already melting. I said, oh my goodness sake, it's warmer in Calgary. Okay, it's not that warmer, but I mean, it's the snow melt quickly than in Red Deer. Okay, so it's a little bit colder in north. So if you're the type of person who like festival, big games, big concerts, they don't have that in Red Deer. If you're going to fly in your country, like I have to fly in Philippines, then I have to drive from 1 hour 30 minutes to come in Calgary to the airport, okay? So yeah, those are the things that you have to know, guys. If you're going to do your research, according to study, they said that Red Deer, Alberta is one of the highest crime rate for drugs, you know. To be honest with you guys, I didn't really pay attention when I was in Red Deer because I focused, like, you know, working in my employer, and when I get my permanent resident, I work, like work. So I don't really pay attention, like I live in a highest crime rate. Okay, so I'm not very sure about that, guys, because I was okay when I live in Red Deer, but you guys have to do your own research. So for you guys to be aware if you're going to relocate in Red Deer. There's no universities in Red Deer. So if you have some kids who are grown-up kids, go to university or some different colleges, then most of the kids, either they come here in Calgary because we have more university and colleges here in Calgary, or they have to go study in Edmonton, okay? So, or some other part in Canada, okay? So you have to consider that, especially if you have a grown-up kids, and you know, especially as Asians or people from the third world country, we like to see our kids go to school. You know, some parents like that, okay? But some parents, they don't care, right? Some parents, they will just send their children to university in some other cities, and it's okay for that, okay? But I mean, it's like if you are more comfortable to see your children go to school like in university, then you might consider some big cities here in Canada. There's a couples from Calgary, they are residents in Calgary, but they went to Red Deer and they rent a small place. It's very nice, convenience place, but they have so many customers. So some people do that, especially those immigrants, because, you know, the rent, they said, which is true, you know, that was like, even I was a nanny, can you imagine, it's still already expensive here in Calgary. Okay, so I realized it is true, because when I'm here, if you want to look for like a place to rent for your business, it's very expensive, between 3,000, 4,000, 6,000, 10,000. Are you kidding me? It's just a place to rent and it's very, very expensive, eh? So it's not worth it to do a business, and the rent is very expensive. So these two husband and wife are very smart. They went to Red Deer. So if you are going to miss your food, going to end up driving from 1 hour and a half drives to come here in Calgary or in Edmonton just to buy the food that you want to eat, okay? Because here in Calgary, so many store, different nationalities, cultures, Filipinos, like everything, food is everything is in here in Calgary. So some people, they just drive to come and buy food here in Calgary or in Edmonton, and then they will just give away to some of their friends or neighborhood in Red Deer. That's my life when I was in Red Deer. I miss some of the food, because some of the friend, when they drive here in Calgary, and they said, yeah, we went to Calgary and we bought this type of food. Okay, so we don't have that in Red Deer. So to all aspirant international student, if you plan to go and stay or study in Red Deer College and live in Red Deer, it's okay. I was been there for like 7 years and I'm okay. And if you want to find a job, your target is either you work in the mall, you can apply in food services, you can apply Tim Hortons or McDonald's or some cleaning jobs, or try to apply like convenience store, any survival jobs, just for you to support yourself while studying here in Canada. Anyway, you're going to be a permanent resident in the future. Okay, so good luck for that. I love Red Deer because it's my home. It's my first home city here in Canada, and the people who employed me until I got my permanent residence are all from Red Deer. And I wish I could go and visit them one day. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and welcome to Canada. Welcome to Red Deer, Alberta. God bless everyone. I'll see you.